Hello and welcome to my channel. This is Darcy's Misadventures with Mixed Media, and I'm going to be using the gel plate today to make some pages for this little golden book. So I've gone through and looked at the colors and picked paints according to the colors in the book, and also extra oranges because I'll be using pages from this book for fussy cut and make ephemera from. There are two different books. This one's like more in the fall, and this is like the original story line basically. I've got some brayer off sheets over here. I've got large pieces of paper, so when I cut them down they'll fit the book. I won't have to do any collage or anything, and I'm using my 8x10, which is smaller than my pages, but I'm doing that so that you don't have to go buy a big gel plate if you want to use bigger papers. It's fine, you don't have to. I did forget to get my brayer though. A lot of the papers I will be using are large enough that I cut them down, but I won't have to make them larger. But some of them are not. It's just, we'll see what we get. All right, I've got some stencils to play with over here, and I'm just gonna start playing with some color. I've got different paints, from craft paints to golden, because that's not the important part. It's not as well, actually there are several pages with a lot of blue, so I guess I need to make sure I do put some blue in here. If you get too much paint on there, that's what your brayer off sheets are for, and then the brayer off sheets are very nice to be able to play with later. So brayer off sheets good. So I think I'm just gonna start not like that. I do have like the big brayer, which I don't mind that this has a little bit not mixed, but I think it has a hair. Of course it has a hair. Why would it not have a hair? I mean, I could always hide that by using the Hairy Scary. And then I'm just going to take my paper and try to get paint all the way to the edge, and then also bring more paper on here. Yeah, see, I have some of this ledger paper that is long. Other paper that you might want to use in a little golden book would be legal size paper. You have to cut it down some, but you get the length. So if you like your papers to not be layered and to all be even and end at the same place, that is a way to go. Alright, so there was some stuff on the plate, and we're getting that. I do occasionally clean my plate, and you shouldn't leave it with too much paint on it, probably for too long. But yeah, I'm not good at it. I'm not good at taking care of that stuff. So there we have, it's fully covered on this side. There'll be another color on this side, which is fine. It's going to be a color that, kind of coordinates anyway. What's this one? Apple Orchard. Maybe mix this with, actually I probably have plenty. So I'll mix with the blue a little bit. I'll have more layers, which will have more colors. So, it is nice to vary your colors, but it's okay if you don't. And also it's okay if you overlap, like I am on this one. And then this one, I just kind of flipped it over a little bit. I have a little bit more, like these are taller than the book, so if I don't go all the way to the edge on those, that's okay too. And if I don't want to get paint all over my hands, which is going to happen. But acrylic paint comes off, if you get your water nice and warm, it doesn't even have to be super hot, and then rub your hands under the water, the dried acrylic paint comes off your hands, easy peasy. You usually don't even have to have soap, but soap can help. So I'll try to show them quickly before I move on each time. I'm doing what we call quick pulls. I'm not letting them sit on the plate super long. I'm just kind of putting the paint on, putting the paper on, picking up. That is mostly going to be the process today, I think. And I'm just varying my colors as I go so that some of the stuff that is on the plate will will be more, will show a little bit more when I pick it up, because of the contrast. So if I kind of go light, dark, although or even, you know, opposite on the color wheel, it doesn't have to be light, dark. It'll be kind of cool. It'll work out nicely. And if there's anything I don't like in the end, well, all I have to do is I could collage over it, use some gesso, any of that. Any and all of that works. And if I use my brayer on the back, it gives it some interest as well. See the little bit green and yellow happening in there? I didn't do anything over here, did I? And kind of pick up the edges kind of pieces. So I'm going to do a bunch of bases. This is the boring part. And then I'm going to come back and start using stencils and stamps. I'm still working on my bases, but I wanted you to see what happens when I use, well, you can see there's nice grunge work happening on the plate right now. But the Amazon packaging, the brown paper, you know what I'm talking about? It gives some, oh shoot, I have way too much. It gives some really great, hold on, I think there's also, ew, glue boogers. I'll get into my trash easily right now. It's covered and full. It's full and it's covered. Yeah, this is where having some brayer off sheets is really helpful, because you get too much paint on there, you just pull some of it off. Or you just go ahead and put your paper down and you might get two pulls, which I've been getting here and there. And so this paper, I know when I use it, it's going to be the length and the height. So I know I don't need it any taller than the height of this gel plate. Probably even that is a little bit much, but that's all right. Anyway, you get these marks from the bag, the paper, when you put it on there. And then you just might want to wait a couple seconds, a few minutes, I don't know. Then you do kind of want to wait a little bit, just so you can get as much of that as you can. But that's kind of thick, so I'm just gonna. Oh, cause this is the last pull I got, and I was like, oh, I love that. So I'm just gonna gently pick up some of that, the parts that are really wet. And use the quinacridone nickel azo gold again, because it's just sometimes it gives you magic, sometimes it doesn't. See, now it's been a couple pulls since I have. That's right, I'm trying to cover this piece completely, so whoops, it's crooked. That's all right. Not the end of the world. Yes, it is. I don't like it crooked. But so, like, whatever size plate you have, if you have a 5x7, you take it and you just cover your paper with it, and go to the edges, and you might get some thicker lines in the middle and whatnot, but that's okay. It just adds interest. It's fine. Everything's fine. This is the Van Dyke Brown. You can tell I use it a lot. Next time I might get the big one, and next time I have rewards at Michael's, I'll probably go. Maybe that's one of the ones I'll get. I got papers over to the side here just for brayering off, and there'll be some really fun, cool papers in the end. So I'm just gonna grab, and the paper bags I'm kind of doing double-sided, but that's because I only cut 4 pieces, and I want the I want that effect that I'm getting with the cracks. See, the cracks are the bomb. The bomb. Alright, let's see, this one's kind of going orangey. Let's add some, we got the brown, orangey, red, and brown. We could add more brown, or just add some cream this time maybe. Pick that up with just some cream, unbleached titanium. and it'll mix with whatever color is on the brayer a little bit, if there is any. Usually there is, that's why I said that. Oops, except this one time. This one time it's not. And then pick another corner, because I can get 2 pages from this large of a sheet, which is why I'm covering the whole thing. That's why. And then there's still some on the plate, so I'm just going to go ahead and pick some up over here. Now, if you wanted to be sure to cover all the paper, you could even just take a brayer and brayer on your paper all the color you want, and then add stencils and stamping. Or if you don't have a gel plate, you could do that as well. In fact, to make my life easier, I might do that with what's left, because I just want I want base color, and then I want to add, oh my goodness, add stuff. Just trying to figure out where to set stuff. So on my very large paper that I want to cover completely, because like these, I have enough across and up and down, so that's fine. And this is interesting enough that I don't mind if one side is blank. And then this one, same thing. It's wide enough and tall enough, although I did get it covered, and any extra I have will be, and it's interesting enough on the back that, you know, I'm okay with just doing one side. There's paper bag, one with the green, and even the paper bag, I don't mind that being plain on one side. And then the painters, yeah, this is like that you get at Home Depot or whatever, that they put down to protect the area. So that's that piece there. And then here's another brown bag, which is, you know, just a little brayer off on the other side. And this one with some brayering on the other side. So let's see. This one, I've just got, that one doesn't work as well when I'm doing that. I do want probably to put something underneath it just for a little bit of cushion. I think helps just a little bit. So I just got a little stack of papers down there. And I think this is the brown. Actually, I'll pull back my, it does help a little if you have the plate, to be honest. Even if you're just going to brayer. Just because putting that on liquid like that on the paper might not be the best, but you know, if I've missed some areas, or if I just want to add some interest here and there with a brayer, I can just do that. I don't think I need to go all the way to the edges on this, but a little bit of grunge here and there. I can even just kind of kiss the plate with that and just get some grunge down on the corner. And now this full page is covered. There's some brayer off on the back. I don't mind if it's white on the back, it's just writing space. I just want to add some interest into the journal with some painty papers and make it different and unique, and nobody else is going to have anything like it. Here's another one of the Amazon packaging. Also with the thinner paper, the paint helps to make it stronger. All right, that's got, oh, I could use something. This one apparently has nothing on it. Oh my goodness. Oh, I didn't get all my papers done. That's okay. I'll just, oh, and the other thing to do if you have a smaller plate and bigger paper is to do the kissing technique. So let's see, I want blues and greens, I think, for here. A little brown will mix in, that's okay. And so for that, you can just go ahead and get your paint on your thing and just Ceri Crafter, he calls it the kissing technique. And then you've got paint covering the whole page, at least something in the background, you know. And this I'll just pick up what's left, which is interest. And then we'll add some more green, because there's a lot of green in this book. And when you're doing it this way, you know, if you get too much paint on here or it's kind of thick, that's not too big of a deal. So, alright, I don't want to cover this. This is just, I want it in there as it is, but I might go ahead and just get a little color on the edges here, like that. I could do like a glaze, but I don't want to. I just like it like that. And there was some of that green in there, and I may add some darker green on the outside as well. And then, you know, if I want a little bit interest on the other side, I could just go ahead and kiss the plate. And, you know, now we got a little something on there. And some more blue, maybe. Where's the other blue? Blue, 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 blue. There's several wintry pages that have blue. So, you know, I don't mind having plenty of blue in here. And, you know, the blue sky with all the green forest. And then, you know, the, what's his name? Bambi, that's his name. Has got the brown and the tan, you know, kind of like the chestnut kind of happening. Let me just go ahead and get this one started. So yeah, I did a lot off screen, just because otherwise this would have been forever long kind of a video. This is a little bit darker blue calypso. Blue calypso. Bleu, B-L-E-U is, you know, I guess that's the French blue. But yeah, using the Amazon packaging just makes for some fun textures on here. In fact, I'm just gonna go ahead and do that. So now I got the blue on the paper bag, and I got some nice texture happening here. Let's move that out of my way for a minute. Alright, what do I want to pick that up with? White, pink, not pink. Maybe white. I haven't got much white in here yet. Where did I put the white? I had a white paint. I don't know where I put it. It's alright. I'll pick it up with this lighter blue. It'll be very super subtle, if it even shows at all. If I had added some white to it, it would be show a little bit more, right? This one, I'm gonna go ahead and put it on here. This does get a little wrinkles, like right now it's damp, so I got more wrinkles than the other times. So yeah, super subtle, but you can see some of the darker blue cracks in there. I'll do the rest of that blue. Maybe not. Maybe some green. Some green with some lime. Put the lime in the coconut. And I'm not ever. No, I know my brayer was upside down. It was kind of dryish. Kinda, not really, but kinda. I'm gonna go ahead and this one. More blue green on it. So this time I'm turning it the other way. So I'm doing the long way. And then I will probably, now I can get some of that. So I'm gonna do this. I turned it so it would be the other direction, which means it will overlap in an area, but that's okay. And not get all the way on the edges, but you know, it's interesting. Even that's like the ghost print, and that's still interesting as well. And do some more blue. I mean, you could even just like pick 4 colors and just do everything, and it would coordinate seamlessly throughout the whole journal. Even if, you know, it's not matching every page, your pages will definitely coordinate. All right, so this one goes this way, so this time I'm going to go this way, and we will have some overlap. And if we brayer over here, then we get something on the back with interest. And maybe see what else we can pick up on that other corner that I think I just did the random, oh, I don't know. Anyway, so that's that big piece of paper, and when we cut it down, it's going to be this. This is going to be the page in the book. this one's got more browns. Let's keep with the browns a little bit. So this is raw umber, and I think this is nutmeg brown. I don't know why I said chestnut. I think because the thread I used the other day was chestnut. Oh, and they're very similar. That is a freaking lot of paint. And it's much more liquidy than the other one, which means they mix interestingly. Which is not a bad thing. Alright, so I'm gonna, once again, this goes this way, so this time I'm gonna go this way. And then down here, I'm also gonna go that way and pick up what's left on, actually there's a lot left on the plate, so I'm just gonna brayer out a little bit. Edges there. So I could leave that like that. I'll just brayer it just a little bit. Get the corners, get it to the edges. And then we got a little bit happening on the back now too. Alright, got that one last corner. I'm gonna do brown again with the chestnut. And I might do the I'll do the raw umber again. People just don't know how to cook umber, do they? And Sienna, huh, Mariah? It's one of her favorite jokes. It's either raw or burnt. Never cooked perfectly. Alright, and I'm going to go this way with this. Like I said, a little overlap. Nothing wrong with that. Just adds interest. See, Barbara? I do straight lines. I just do bigger plates and bigger pieces of paper. It's all good in the neighborhood. Let's just go ahead and see what we can pick up there. Oh, I should have done the paper bag. Then I would have got cracks. Crack-a-lackin'. And I can decide later if I want to do more on the back or just leave it kind of grungy like that. But now I have these nice big, well, don't need. Actually, this is fine because because that would be kind of the background and adding some stencils onto there. Okay. Although this one, alright, let's do, whoops, did I do that? Did I do that? Just throw in some yellow. Oh, yellow? I don't have a ton of purple, but let's just throw in some yellow for fun. There's random bits of yellow in the book. And yellow and blue can be fun. But don't worry about if we're getting it in the same place or a different place. It's fine. It's just, we're going to be doing other stuff on top of it anyway. Yep, super grungy. Let's just go ahead and do that just so we can pick up what's on the other side and have that be nice and super grungy. And then when I do some stenciling and stamping over that, that's just the background. Alright, let's do one more bit of blue. Got one more piece of page over here that needs a little something something. Except for I paint on the other side so it didn't have to have something but it's all good in the neighborhood. I'm just flipping that over and grabbing what's left over here. I've seen this paper, paint paper, the drop paper, paint paper. I've seen it in the green and some brown and kind of a pinkish color. Comes in different colors. Now we can move to stencils. So this one I want to use because there are lots of flowers in the book. Some of the flowers are blue, some of the flowers are orange, some of the flowers are pink, some are yellow, I think. So let's just, I could just do one color at a time, but this is fine too. It's fine, everything's fine. And it's okay that that's a thick layer of paint because I'm going to come in with, let's do it on this side because there's This is kind of wet. You might want to wait for this to dry. And I'm not worried. I'm not trying to get perfection. I just kind of want a pattern, and that's a fun little pattern all over the paper. A little blank space there. That's okay. Now we've added more interest, which is awesome sauce. Works even better if I use like the thinner paper, like the pinky paper. Here on this side maybe. So I'm going to try to pick up what's left in there. Just thought those flowers would be nice in the Bambi book where it's in the forest. And yes, I have my forest, whatever, foliage ones too. So yeah, I like that. I like that a lot. And then we can just go ahead and take this and maybe kind of grab a corner there, grab a corner there. Whoops, I didn't want it to be quite up in the corner, but that's okay. Maybe just kind of down the middle a little bit there. Maybe on the edge a little bit there. Kind of like kissing the plate with it. Getting it here and there. I think this is, I can't remember whose this is. I will try to list, if I forget to list, you can yell at me. But I am going to try to list the stencils. They're all from PM Artist Studio. The ones I'm using today, if this is one I like, it's probably Rhonda Dohna or Sophia. It's usually one of those. Just because that's how it works in my neighborhood. I'm going to do this flamenco red. There were definitely some flowers that were sort of that color. No, they weren't, but that's okay. We'll add some yellow to it, and it will make it more orange. I thought I was pulling out the Tuscan red, that's why. But since I didn't, we'll add a lot of yellow. What's wrong with you, lady? That is a freaking lot of yellow. I don't think this is what I want. So, what am I gonna do? I'm just gonna rear some of that off. Move that green. Just kind of pick some of that up. Then we have an on fire piece of paper. All right, now it's a little bit more orange than red, and that will work a little better for what I am trying to do here. And I think I'll take some of this and just kind of go down the middle there, and maybe on the edge here, and on the edge here. Doesn't have to be all over. It can be here, there, piggly wiggly, here, there, and everywhere. Wherever. And here, you can go also just kind of get it in the middle a little bit, and on the edges. See, I like that. It's leaves some blank space. It's not perfectly perfect everywhere. I prefer that look. Personally, I do. I prefer that look. And then we can take some of our brayer off sheets if we don't want to use that on the book, the other pages that are going in the book. We can just use our brayer off sheets and get some interest on those, because they would be great for using as bases for ephemera and collage pieces. Little color on tone, kinda, sorta, kinda, not really. Next, what's the next stencil we want to play with? Leafy, something leafy. Yep. We will do some dark green with this, with just a touch of Payne's Gray to make it even more darker. Could have just done Payne's Gray too if I would. I mean, there is no dark blue Payne's Gray in the book, but you know me, I'll do what I want. This is the 9 by 12 Payne, oh, Magnolia Shadows. Green, green, green. Maybe here. And that's fine. Probably prefer, the outline is the part I like. So I want to do this here and hope, nope. Well, I've got a couple little lines here and there showing, but this, I'm just going to do there, and then over here, I'll get what's left. That's another way to have your stencil kind of go across the page, is you start on one end, get that half, and then you move it to the other end, get that half, and you have a little bit of empty space in the middle, but you know, I don't know. It works for me. I like it. I like it like that. We got some, oh, I should do some purple flowers, shouldn't I? I think that purple flowers. Didn't do the purple flowers. Okay, Liquitex. I got one of the brands over here, squirted everywhere. It's one of the cheaper brands because it's I think it's one. It's either, oh, it might be one that I got at Ocean State Job Lot. That might be what's happening with that. All right, some purple flowers. I had some, there we go, some bluey, purpley things happening over here. I'm just kind of pressing on the top part there, and then over here, just press on the bottom part there. So we have, you know, kind of the outside edges have the flowers. I think I had another page that could do, oh, there we go. This is definitely, this is going to be the ghost print of it, so. And come on this side and press down. Try not to overlap too much so that I don't have, I mean, flowers can overlap, it's fine, but there we go. There's that. And then for this, what do we have here? Anything? Anything? Yours? We have that one. And we have this green one. I know I haven't used my brayer much. So a brayer is this little round rolly thing. My favorite brayer is the Speedball, which has the red handle and the tan. You can't, there, the tan. That's my favorite. It's worth the extra money. It should last you a good long time. So it's an investment, I know, but if you buy a $4 or $5 brayer, you're going to regret it. You're going to be like, why do people like brayers? This doesn't make any sense. It's because you bought a cheap brayer. Spend the $18 for one of these. And if you feel like you get more for your money, get the 6-inch one. It's all good. It's just save up. Get the good one. That's totally my recommendation. Okay, let's grab in some forest floor. I definitely want the lines of this more than the innards. So this is the darkest green that I have. I think it might be. Let's add some umber in the raw umber in the raw, and just to try to get it more like a forest moss kind of a brown is more what I'm looking at. And I made it nice and thick. If I used open paint, then I would have a little bit more working time. I'm just gonna take this sprayer off and get the insides, because really what I want is the lines. Although that's not bad either. Might be able to get some more here. I mean, it's going the opposite direction, but the direction I want it to go is going to be here and here, and should be able to pick up a ghost print somewhere, and not there. That's just a glare off. But I also wanted to see if maybe it's been too long now, I'm sure. But if I used an open paint, then I would have got a little bit more. In fact, do I have a raw umber in here? So I have some open paints. I got them as a, I think it was the landscape kit or whatever, although I don't see any. Alizarin Crimson Hue. Sap Green is not really the green that's in here. But I could brighten it up maybe if you mix a and white. So I'm going to try some open paint. Why are there no browns in there? That might not be all of them. I might be missing something. So if you want to get the lines of your stencil, use an open paint. That's what I'm trying to say. That's what was left on there. And I think I do want to get the lines, so but I also want it to be a little bit brighter. Well, the sap green might be good. I don't know how much. I don't know. I think it needs more. It's very transparent. I was not expecting it to be that transparent, to be honest. Does it have the thing? Yeah, I guess it's a little bit. I wanted it darker. Alright, let's go ahead and put that down. And what do we have over here? Let's just go ahead and go this way though, maybe. Get some of that out of there. Get some of this. Just some layers and some whatnot. And then here we go. This green and this brown, I think. So I'm going to pull that up and do that on the wrong side, but that's all right. And then lay this down. Oh, we'll do it on that side too. Hey, this side needs something too, right? See if we had, yeah, and so that's added interest to this side, which is nice. I like it. I like it. So open paint, if you want more for your money trying to get the lines of your stencils, then, oh, there was paint on that side, I think. Oh no, or just, that was just all I just picked up because there was some backgrounds in there too, but I like it. That's good for a foresty kind of a journal. All right. Also, there's like water and ice in there, so I was like, what would work for that? The Hairy Scary, I think, is going to be a good one. And that's a stencil that I handmade. And then it's also a children's book, so I've got alphabets in here if that's what I wanted. And the other foresty one. That one's forest floor, the first one. This one's forest foliage. These ones I know. And some leaves. I think I want to do some leaves. But also on the water, I want to do, yeah, let's just go ahead. It's going to have a little green in it. That's all right. We'll do this first. This is the open white. And I have some extender, so I could use extender in my other paints if I wasn't having a color that I really wanted and liked. So instead of going dark this time, we can go, where did it go? Forest foliage, where did you go? Okay, they got stuff on it. This has some stuff on it, but let's just kind of go up the middle with it. That's interesting. I don't hate that. It gives a little bit of a different feel and is a different size than what we started with as well. I like it. Like it, I like it, I like it. Except my pages are going this way, so I'm going to kind of want it that way. Music page is nice to use. If you want to make gel plate prints, you can see the music through the paint sometimes, which is really cool. Let's see. About maybe on the back of this a little bit. And all right, so I'm putting that on there. Doing, whoops, this back here. See if any of that's going to come off. I don't think so. I think it dried too fast. So much being, I mean, it's tacky, but that's about it. Okay. And then that's on the back of the paper bag, which is really cool. This is fun. If I don't like it when it's a page, but I could always make it where it'll be fine. I wanted to do, I had some blue, right? I had some pages that had a lot of blue that I wanted. This one maybe. Might need more blue pages. And this one. So I get a nice watery feel with this stencil, even though it's based on my son's hair. This stencil being the one that I had a minute ago that has now disappeared. Okay, oh, here it is. Oh, there's some papers on the floor over here. Okay, that's just the brayer off. And that's just music. Alright. I think I want to do a little bit of both here. So, oops, I'm going to mix this with some white. You know, so we get some, you know, because water will have some the white crests or whatever. How are we doing on, oh, this is going to be a long video. Sorry, not sorry. Some of you will love it. Some, you can always watch it in more than one sitting. It's all good in the neighborhood. I'm not going to complain. Whoops. No matter what you do. Do like I did, kind of pull from that side and then pull from this side, so the stencil kind of goes all the way across, and we've got that like flowy, watery feel. So that's that there. Also, I would like to have that go on there, and then did I have other blue? No, of course not. Why would I? And we'll put this over here on that side, which is interesting. And go ahead and pick up the rest of that with that. And see if we get any of this off of here. I don't know. Probably not. I mean, I'm getting more on it than off of it, to be honest. Oh, good. We did. I like that. That's cool. So that's because I used the white paint was an open paint, so that helped to get some of that look happening there. All right. What's next? I don't know. And then that's just what was left on the plate. Just a bit of a mess. All right, so we did the watery bits, the foresty bits, some flowery bits, and I think that this, I just want to get some leaves here and there. I think it'd be fun. This is just a stamp I used, cut with an X-Acto knife. Oh, that's from one of the peacock swirls, which also would have worked in here. I think I might use the sap green, which is open, and then maybe I'll get more whatchamacallit, more pulls from it. And it's transparent, so this will just be kind of see if I can find where I want to put them. There we go. So there's a couple there. I think that's the only place I can actually see them. See, I think there's one here. It's really dark over here, so they didn't show up as much. But it's a different size pattern, which is what I like about it. You can make your own leaf stencil. It's pretty easy. I mean, you can just make one too, and just kind of use your whatchamacallit inks and your dry ink. And just use your dry ink and your brush, and then you can, if you just cut one out, then you can just kind of put it where you want it. I like this because it's just a little bit more random when I can't see what I'm doing. You see it a little bit more on there. There we go. So super subtle in the background. Got some leaves here and there. I like that. And if I might do, I already did the other flowers. So I think I'll do the floor tiles, which is just a little bit different. Still kind of flowery, but different. And that's kind of a lighter purple, so let's use the darkest purple we have here, which is dioxazine purple, and it's almost gone. I mean, ew, I don't like this one. I think it's a little weird. Let's see, I'm going to put a little bit of Payne's Gray in there because I want it dark. Also, if I use the heavy body Payne's Gray, which I had, do I have it now? That's a good question, Darcy. Do you have it now? I thought it was over here next to the other Payne's Gray, but no. Little heavy body Payne's Gray will help thicken that up a little bit and darken it like way dark. That was way more than I really wanted in there, but now it's a nice, really dark blurple. Blurple is a blue purple. That was a word from when I watch a lot of Arctic Fox videos where she was talking about the product and whatnot. I got quite a lot on there, so I should be able to get quite a few of the pattern. Get some in the middle too. There we go. So just some pattern in the background. What else? Where else can we put this? Seems to me. Well, I like that it's really dark, so I think I'll just put some in here, just kind of doing the sides and the edges there, and come on over here and kind of doing the sides and the tops, and then maybe in the middle like that, like I did on this one, and it kind of gives us an overall random splattery kind of a pattern happening, and they look more blue than purple. That's all right by me. I'm just going to take off whatever else is on here with this. And then for this, which is quite dark, I'm going to take this sprayer off, which is not very pretty, and take this sprayer off and see if we can get anything on that. Yeah, just some marks. just a little bit here and there of just some darkness. You know it's in my head. Hello, darkness, my old friend. Now it's out of my head. I had to get it out of my head. Sorry, not sorry. Oh, and then that will make a nice pickup for next time. And that is more interesting now than it was. I didn't love the brayer off, but now that makes it much more better. All right, now. Oh, I still need a thing to use as a palette, but I want to save that. So I've got some foam stamps I want to use. So I also have a shallow thing with very wet paper towels to set my stamps on until I can go wash them. Let's see, and I think I want to use a lot of browns and whatnot here. Just got the raw umber. Just using this as a palette so that I can, and I've got, this is the bubble wrap one. I know it doesn't make a lot of sense in a forest journal, but I just like it for texture, and just bringing the brown around the pages. I'm not worried about if it's overlapping either. It's fine. Really, it's fine. It's perfectly fine. I'm gonna set that in the water for a second, because I also want to do, I need more paint. That was not a ton of paint. This is just a random, this is one of my sweater texture. That's not getting in the middle. What's up with that? And so I'm just kind of, I know, sweaters and forests don't have anything to, it's just mark making. That's all I'm trying to do is some mark making. And it's just interesting textures and whatever. And I'm not trying to get it perfect. That's why it's not coming out perfect. Oh, crumbs. That was, I shouldn't have put that in the water if I was still going to use it. Which I am. That was unfortunate. Alright, I definitely need more paint. More paint. Alright, let's use the, oh, nutmeg. Because it's close to Bambi's colors, I think. I do tend to overlap my patterns. Don't be afraid to overlap your patterns. Just is interesting to do it. So that's where that is right now. And we don't really know what the final product is going to look like because these are still going to get cut down to some degree. Whoops, no, that's fine. It's fine, it's fine. Just didn't want it to be, oh, get the middle. Don't forget the middle, which is really not even the middle. It's going to be more the top and the bottom kind of a deal. Where else do we want that? I keep wanting to call it chestnut. It's not chestnut, Darcy. But Bambi's on every page, so some brown can be on every page. Just saying. And we got more over here. There's more papers. You can go all the way up a side and whatnot, or not. Doesn't really matter. And for the pieces that are, you know, most likely going to end up being I kind of wish, I don't know what I wish, but it's a good stamp. Don't worry. I like the stamp, Ceri. Nice, good stamp. All right, I'm done with that one for now. Let's go ahead and do Eddie's. Get some of that in there, because I thought that might be just kind of, if you want it to keep going into a line like that, you just kind of connect it however you want to, or you can have them spoon. Eddie's gonna love that. And that'll just be fun. I think that's a nice stamp for a children's book, because it's just a fun, bold stamp. Could even just keep it on the borders and whatnot. And alternate it. Have it be not perfect. Maybe move that. I don't know where it's going to end up on the page. I do like the, you know, the lighter ones, the ghost printy ones. Oh, we need something on this side. What do we need? What do we need? So if you ever have any questions about specific stamps or stencils, like what's the name, give me the timestamp. How do you do the timestamp? Well, while you're watching it, you go to comment, there's this little box you click and it gives you the timestamp like right there and then. Or you can just like look and say, oh, that happened at 24 minutes and 15 seconds, and you just put 24:16 and that'll give me the timestamp, and I click on that and it goes right in the video, goes to that place in the video so I can see what you're talking about. It is super helpful, just FYI. Now this is like, it's almost leafy, isn't it? The sweater one, it could almost be like little tiny leaves. Leaves don't all go in one direction, so maybe we'll do that at the top or the bottom or whatever. I don't know, it's just giving me texture at this point. The squares, it still looks square, even though I should make it more raggedy when I do it, huh? Just kind of twist the plate and get some more grunge on here, a little bit maybe. I hate when my hands, when it shows my fingerprints on it. That's a little bit annoying. All right, now we've got, it could also be kind of like splashes, couldn't it? Oh, actually, let's just go ahead and put that, where's the other one? Put that one in there. I'll do a little bit more of this one. But I will do it in a bright green, which will probably not be so bright when it mixes with the brown. But that's okay. Get in the middle. Cringy. If you don't mind. There'll be interest on the page. If you didn't see that, that's all right. We'll come back to it. We will come back to all of these and you will see them. All right, well, I just realized these pages go this way. Okay. More green, maybe. Green brown, yeah, that's pretty much what it's turning out to be. More of a green brown. Oh, good. I mean, they don't have to go a certain way, but in my brain, they kind of do go a certain way, so that's okay. They can go multiple directions. They're bi-directional. Oh, that's more brown now than green. Oh, well. Such is life. All right, now we've got that on a few. I just wanted that on more than a couple. Oh, shoot. some of the paper is getting dripped in the... All right, so let's just grab this. There's your forest moss right there. That gave me some forest moss. And there you go. That looks like forest moss, doesn't it? If I want to pick this up. Okay, see, I'm picking it up with brown because that is a big layer of white that I had on there before. Just got myself a little piece of a book block. Right. Now, if I wanted it to pick up everything, I would have to leave that on there for quite a while and then pick it up, but I'm not. I'm just picking up what I can. Well, that was a lot of brown. Well, I got some of the white, and it's interesting. It was also thick. She thick. Alright, I want some of this for some watery. I don't need to use paint though. I can use, she says, but then she's like, what? Where is that blue? There, this blue. This blue should work, I think. Let's see how this blue will work. Oh, it works fine. What is it? Seafarer. Just getting some marks. Doesn't have to cover the whole page like that. Just that one did. Oh, this one does not have much happening to it. That's alright. It can always happen later. Oh. Yeah, if you don't want to have to wash your stamps, just use inks instead. I should have... There we go. Yeah, but you don't want acrylic paint sitting on your foam stamps because then you will ruin your stamps. So there's that. I was like, which way does this one go? Yeah, that's right. All right, that's good with that. And on the other side of that one. That one's fine as it is. I think that one's probably fine. This one is good, it'll work. This one is good. Alright, I think some of these I'm going to add to them once they're in the book, once they're cut down and in the book. So some of these I've left fairly plain. Okay, so let's go ahead and look at them all, this very long video. Very big pieces of paper. The next video I will show, do you really want to see, they'll be all cut down. So the next, or do you want to see them cut down now? Anyway, here's this and this. This actually would have to be added to it. It's not quite long enough. That, and just got some brayering on the back. That was a brayer off. That we did the thing. And this. And that's just got that on the back. This is just what we were stamping on. And we have this. And gel plate in my way. This is what this side looks like. Now that's what that side looks like. So yeah, make sure you come back for the next video and I will have these all cut down, ready to go into a journal. And that's the back of that one, just kind of grungy. There's that. Just got a couple. Some of these might have to be collaged to make it big enough, but they don't all have to be, you know, as big as the pages in the book. Some of them I want to be the same size as the little golden book pages, which are about, hold on, how wide are they? They're about 13 and a quarter all the way across, which is why legal size paper would work, because it's 14. And then it's just under 8 inches tall. So, and you know, 8.5 by 14 is legal size paper. So I have some of that coming because it's a little bit easier to work with than some of this giant paper. And then, you know, as far as painting, you just, or using the gel plate, you just kind of, you know, go to the edge and have overlapping, and it's all good and fine. I mean, this is going to be on 2 sides of the page anyways, because chances are, I think I cut these like about 14 inches wide so that I would have some room to play with. So, you know, when it's in the book, like, that'll be one page, and that'll be the other page. Yeah, that's where the water got. Let's see, I don't think there's just that. Did I show them all? I don't know. Hold on, here we go. I don't know if I showed these yet or not. I mean, you've seen me working on them, but I think this is one of my favorites, just because it's still got writing space in the middle and some blank space in the middle. I'm interested to see how these look when they are cut down for the journal. That one's nice and grungy. That's grungy too. I'll probably add some more stenciling to that once it's in the book. And then there's that one. And these are the, what size are these, are you wondering? I think that's everything. Oh, the brayer off sheets? Okay. Brayer off sheet. That ripped. Whoops. Brayer off sheet. Brayer off sheet. Oh, these got stuck. Those were from picking up what was on the gel plate. And brayer off sheet, brayer off sheet, brayer off sheet. Some of those are just as fun as the rest of the journal. And this is the pad that I got the sketch paper from. I got it for $5.99 at the thrift store. And most of the sheets were still there. It's 14 by 17, so I get 2 pages out of that. I could have cut them down to make them a little easier to work with, which I might do next time. Well, next time I'll have the legal size paper. I hope you guys enjoyed that, and I hope you have a delightful day. Love you.